This is Chet Holmgren, and I'm down to dunk.
This is AJ Mitchell, and I'm down to dunk.
This is Alex Crusoe, and I'm down to dunk.
It's like baby bottle pop. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. This is Adam Flagler, and I'm down to dunk.
Hey, it's Isaiah Hartenstein, and I'm down to dunk.
This is Kason Wallace, and I'm down to dunk.
I can't spell Lucas. Hey, how do you spell Lucas? How do you spell Lucas?
This is Lou Dort, and I'm down to Dort.
This is Nikola Topic, and I'm down to dunk.
This is Dylan Jones, and I'm down to dunk.
This is Isaiah Joe, and I'm down to dunk.
And there's probably like 50 to 75 Beanie Babies.
Give me like your top 3 Pokemon.
Brother, I can't even name.
This is Jay Will, and I'm down to dunk.
Sometimes the way his brain works is, it leaves a lot to be desired.
This is Kenrich Williams, and I'm down to dunk.
Charmander.
Yeah.
Charmander. Are you more of a Charmeleon guy?
Charmeleon.
This is Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, and I'm down to dunk.
Schlecht. You know what it
Schlecht?
means? Yeah.
That means like bad.
It means bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's me.
Well, it was a good interview, so it wasn't bad.
J-Dub, year 3, and I'm down to dunk for the 3rd time. Thank you.
Welcome to Down to Dunk. I'm your host, Andrew Schlechter, part of the Athletic Podcast Network. With me, as always, well, not as always, rarely on a Tuesday night, it's my good friend Alex Speers. Alex, what's up?
What's up? Welcome to Tuesday Night Pod.
Tuesday Night Pod. Before we talk about Media Day, I want to tell you about my good friends Aaron and Drew Reese of Shelter Insurance. Contact Drew 405-478-7714. Aaron 405-773-5500. Hate to be the bearer of bad news, but listen, something could happen to your property. Maybe you have rental properties, multiple rental properties. Maybe you're one of those guys. And listen, these guys want to help protect those valuable properties. So something's going to happen, and you're going to need insurance, and you might as well get insurance from somebody who's trustworthy and is good and works for a good insurance company as well, and Shelter Insurance. So give them a call or text today. I'm sure they're getting nervous for OU Texas. So give them a little bit of encouragement, or drop them a thunder up because Media Day was this week. I'm sure that they're getting pumped about that. So support the people that support Down to Dunk, and contact Aaron or Drew Reese. All right, Al. Media Day was yesterday. A great, delightful day of getting to see the Thunder players again in person, getting to see them interact some, asking them some goofy questions at my station. Shout out to Kyle Roberts for doing video this year. Shout out to Kellen McGugan for helping out in a variety of ways. But yeah, it was a great time. I'm going to be releasing videos. I released a couple today. Everything is in the works. So what do you got there, Al? Breakside?
This is the Breakside Brewery Pilsner. Crisp, refreshing, floral, old world with a modern twist. It's just a light beer.
Nice.
Just a light beer.
Nice. But yeah, we'll have more content coming at you as the week unfolds. So, and hopefully a new intro within the next week. I would love to have it for Friday. Probably not happening, but maybe.
And spoiler,
We'll see.
Andrew got Rumble. Andrew got Rumble. We finally get to hear his voice for the very first time on Down to Dunk.
Prepare yourself for the voice of Rumble.
That would
actually do have something really unusual that somebody gave to me at Media Day. You know how Michael Cage always says, "Get your popcorn out" on the broadcast? He's like, "Get your popcorn out." Hold on, I'll be right back. I guess I gotta show this on the pod. So
this is exciting.
Fill like 20 seconds for me.
Fill 20 seconds. Okay, so I'm done with Balatro. I've moved on. My new video game is Hades 2. Getting rave reviews. Shout out to Supergiant. Have they ever made a bad game? You go all the way back to Bastion. I liked Pyre. I liked Hades 1. What's up, Andrew? You back?
Hey, back. Okay. What were you talking about?
I was talking about the video games I'm playing.
Oh, nice. So I don't exactly know who had these made, but at the end of Media Day, I had these delivered to me, and they said, I believe that you would probably want to have these. They made these custom Oreos that have Michael Cage on them.
Wow.
With popcorn.
Wow.
Yeah, it's in this like fancy Oreo box.
Is that white chocolate?
Yeah.
Have you had one yet?
And here is Michael Cage lifting up a bag of popcorn on at the parade.
Yeah. I'll be honest with you, like when I think of Michael Cage sayings, get your popcorn is not come to front of mind.
Well,
I think Church League is number one.
Yeah.
But they went with popcorn.
Well, now that might be.
Those are pretty elaborate Oreos because not only do they have a photo on them, they're white chocolate. They're covered in white chocolate, but they're also covered in sprinkles.
Sprinkles come in this fancy box. Oreo.
Now, I can already guarantee you one mistake they've probably made. I bet these are regular Oreos. These are probably not double stuff. Is that correct?
I don't know. I mean, it's pretty thick Oreo, but it's hard to tell how thick the white chocolate is.
I think they got to get rid.
I don't know.
They got to get rid of regular Oreo. Make double stuff normal Oreo. Make most stuff
I like that.
Double stuff.
I'm into the thins. I haven't had one in a long time. That would be if I could have an Oreo, if I would have Oreos delivered to my house, it would be thins.
Gross.
Mint thins.
Oh, awful. Terrible choice.
No. That's the best. Anyways, I have those from Media Day.
That's cool.
Second time people have given me cookies at Media Day. First time from Poku. So
I was thinking about Poku the other day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. I was thinking about his fanny pack deal. For some reason, my brain got on this subject, and I was like, I wonder how that worked financially. If Poku got a cut.
Good people at Shop Good who used to be a sponsor.
Maybe they can send me the contract so I can look it over because I was really interested when I was on my morning walk at 8 a.m.
All right. Send those on to Al. You can send the contract over. We could read it on the pod if you would want.
What if there was something in there that was? What if it turns out he was getting way too much money and this became Pablo Torre's like next thing?
Ooh, if somehow they were funneling money through Shop Good to Poku.
Through Poku packs.
God, that would rock. God, I mean, I already love just owning two Poku packs, but that would be next level.
That'd be really cool.
Especially if Pablo had the pod and I could appear on the set of Pablo Torre finds out wearing the Poku pack.
And then I would want to be on it with my voice modulated.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah, that would be amazing. Wow.
So Media Day was crazy. That's why
we're talking about. So, actual news, Kenrich Williams had his knee scoped yesterday. I don't know if he's like avoiding Media Day. I don't know why
it's a bummer he's hurt.
I know. I wonder if, because they did this last year too, where he had his knee scoped in like September. And so part of me like wonders if like they do it as close to the season as possible.
Yeah.
That it like helps him, to be able to play through the postseason. Because like why otherwise like why would you wait? So I do. He's going to be reevaluated in 6 to 8 weeks. He may have not even been in the rotation to start the season anyways with the amount of guys that they have that they need to play. So, but get well soon, Kenrich. It was such a bummer because Kenrich has been on like my Media Day content for several years now. And so I'm not there. Sad.
It's a bummer. And I feel like the other big news out of Media Day was just that like J-Dub's wrist isn't 100%, kind of still unclear like how soon he's coming back. I mean, no one's like worried about it, but it's just like it sounds like he's still in the process of working back from that wrist injury.
Yeah, he sat down with me for a quick interview. And I mean, he is I don't know. J-Dub has been awesome to me specifically in so many ways. but like he just like sits down and like we're just like chatting. Like he's just like, "Hey, what's up, dude?" And then he's like, "Hey, you want to see my wrist?" And he just like pulls. He's wearing a sleeve, and so he pulls back the sleeve, and it's real swollen still. Like it doesn't look great. And I'm like, how are you feeling? What's going on? He's like, yeah, it's not great, So, there's not like any specific timetable or anything on it. And he may play night one. Like we just don't really know. And by the time we get to night one, which is almost a month away, he may be fine. So we'll just have to see what that looks like. But it still looks pretty swollen. But he was doing some light workout today with it and, shooting with it and all of that. So, but yeah, I do think that those two are probably the biggest things as far as like things that could impact the season. And then another thing is like Jay Will looks like svelte, like slimmed up. Yeah. He told me that he feels like he moves a lot faster now. Like he lost some weight and he like redistributed some weight, and he looks noticeably different to me. And so he said that he like part of it for him was in an effort to not get injured. He felt like the way that his weight in general kind of added to like some stress to his body, and so he lost some weight, and you can tell he gained a lot of muscle. Like he looks really good. Like he looks ready, and I'll be interested to see what that looks like, because he said like I just feel lighter, I feel faster. So like that was cool. That's another, like, as far as like muscle watch goes, like he was probably the one. AJ looked bigger. Like AJ looked stronger to me too. Chet looked really strong. Chet's beard game really strong as well. I'm trying to think. Shea's mustache game really had it going. This isn't muscle watch. Now I'm on facial hair watch, but mustache looks really good. But as far as like guys that looked different, I would say that Jay Will was the one. Whenever he was kind of walking around, I was like, oh, like Jay Will looks really good.
That'd be great, because I feel like the biggest criticism of him over the years is just he's kind of a tweener defensively, and like where do you really feel comfortable with him on defense? And if he's slimmed down and can move a little quicker, maybe I feel like that's where I would look for it on the defensive end.
Yeah.
See if when he gets switched out on the perimeter, can he hold up a little better?
Yeah.
That would be great for him, because I felt like coming into last year, Jay Will's always just been a guy that everyone likes for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
But in the second half of last year, it was like, oh man, like he's gotten significantly better. Like, listen to this. I'm on his splits right now. Pre-All-Star break, his true shooting 51%. Post All-Star break 72%.
What? What?
Crazy.
That is crazy.
He was just on fire.
Yeah, he was.
Good Lord. Post All-Star break. It's 20 games. He only played 47 games though last year.
Right.
Post All-Star break, 54% from three, 53% from the field overall.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So
yeah, he dealt with that hamstring, and I think it was a tear. Like that's why it took a long time. I was like, how is it taking so long for him to come back from this? I think there's a little bit more to it for him, but
yeah,
he's feeling good. His interview might have been my favorite one, so I'm looking forward to sharing stuff from that interview. He's so funny, and like as like the years go on, like the more comfortable he gets like talking to me, it's ridiculous. It's so funny.
It's exciting though, because we all want him to be on this team long term, personality wise. just because we like him.
question.
But
Yeah.
if he really becomes like a legit third big in the NBA, that everyone is just like, yeah, this guy's good, and this is like a really good contract, that would be a huge win for OKC because he's on such a good contract long term. Just
Yeah.
to know you have him locked in, and you get this bonus that he's like an all-time locker room guy.
Yeah. Yeah, he really is. He's one of the glue guys. Who are the other like where would he be in like the best third big competition?
Oh, yeah, let's break it down.
I don't feel like there's that many. Like Cleveland probably has a good one.
It's Thomas
Nance?
Bryant.
Larry Nance.
Oh yeah. I was thinking of centers, but yeah, sure.
But
Larry
he'll play
Nance.
center. But he plays center.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't. I can't.
Orlando probably has a. I mean, Orlando's
Goga.
Goga is their third big, or Mo Wagner,
or Isaac.
Like that's probably better than what OKC has. If you're a Nick Richards guy,
no, we're not.
I'm not. I don't understand people that are. I don't remember who I heard. Somebody was talking about how good Nick Richards is the other day. I don't get that. I don't quite get that. Or Malawach, if you think that Malawach is their third big, but I don't even know how good Malawach is. Day one.
Yeah.
The Mavs probably have good third big.
Yeah, they do. They definitely do. Assuming they're not starting all of them, yes, one of those bigs is very good.
Oh, I forgot Jeremiah Robinson Earl got a camp invite
for the Mavs.
Yeah.
Oh, really? I didn't hear that.
That's cool. Shout out to JRE. But he's probably like a top 10 third center, which is a funny.
Let's say top half.
Yeah,
because you did just name a lot of teams.
There's a lot of good third.
And we didn't even name the Timberwolves. Nas Reed. I mean, third big.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
Nas Reed's pretty good. But Jay Will's good. He's a good player, and he might be a little faster this year. So look out for Jay Will. Little bit of Topic talk too. AJ Mitchell talked a lot about Topic in the big room, and how I mean, everybody just talks about how special he is as a passer and just the way that he sees the court, and not only on ball, but this might even be more important, but just like the way he can play off ball too with his cuts is something that people have been talking about, which I think could even be more important, just because if he does become a really good player, you could see there being similar problems to the Josh Giddey stuff that went on in OKC. But if he can move well without the ball, like that could mitigate a lot of it. So he's got to be like one of the top storylines heading into the season of like what are you looking forward to seeing, just because we haven't seen it.
Also, the fact that he's coming into a championship team, obviously he was on the team but injured, and he knows he's coming off the bench. Like if he had been drafted in Giddey's year, like he would have been starting. He would have been getting 2,000 plus minutes in those early seasons because they just didn't have anyone. And so it's such a different developmental path. Like it's interesting to think of what it would be like if they had drafted Giddey like a year ago.
I know.
Because there's no way he starts, and they would have similarly been trying to work him in.
Yeah.
And it's just tough because when you enter the league and you're instantly put in a starting position, well, you obviously don't want to give that up. And I'm sure that's the way Josh felt and why he's in Chicago now. But yeah, I'm more hopeful for Topic just because he got a year to get the lay of the land, and he's going to come in, and we know he's going to get some opportunities because everyone gets opportunities.
Everyone gets opportunities.
Hey, Andrew, you did a video with Chet talking about his nicknames. On my drive home today, I spent a total of 5 minutes coming up with nicknames for their first-round picks this year. And I'd like to run them by you. You can give me your honest opinion. Okay.
I will do that.
I won't be hurt. It only took me 5 minutes.
I won't be hurt. Okay.
I won't be hurt. Thomas Sorber.
Yeah.
Thomas Sorber. Nickname Tommy Sorbet. What do you think about that? Tommy Sorbet. It's kind of like a Frankie Smokes, Frank Ntilikina vibe.
Yeah, I don't mind that. Tommy Sorbet.
Okay.
He's a smooth operator,
Sure.
I did talk to Sorber. Oh my gosh, he is so young. And not only is he young in age, but like and I think I mentioned this on the pod because I've talked to him at his when they introduced the rookies, but I talked to him a bunch just off to the side. He didn't come on the interviews, but I just talked to him off to the side a bunch just about his knee and like how it's going and everything. And he is just very young. He's got the brace face going on, and he just talks just like I'm just like, oh wow. Like I am more than double your age, which is just strange. So
Andrew, we've got Rylan Styles in the comments, and I just need to point this out because Rylan's really been struggling with this. Jalen Green breakout season.
Breaking out of what?
He can't let it go.
Yeah,
he's still believing.
It's tough.
He also says 76ers top 6 in the East. I think through the first month of the season, possible, given their schedule, but don't like that everyone gets hurt constantly, including now Jared McCain, Paul George still without a timetable return. I would love to know what a Jalen Green breakout season now would look like. What would that be?
Now that he's finally gotten to Phoenix, an organization known for stability and for just helping guys really reach their potential. That's where people go to just become the players they're supposed to be, is what they say.
But you know what? Everyone needs fans. And so it's nice that Rylan is sticking with Jalen Green. There's that fan that loves Dario Saric. Maybe he can be that fan for Jalen Green.
There's that fan that loves
Rylan, you got to collect all Jalen Green's jerseys and then show up at a game.
That's right.
And it'd be like a viral moment for a small subset of people who would be interested in it.
It'd be like a viral moment that gets about maybe 60 upvotes on the Suns Reddit page.
Okay. Nikola Topic. I have a nickname for him. Nikola Topic. Okay. Topo Nico.
Oh, okay.
It's a play on Topo Chico.
Well, I've heard people call him Topo Chico.
Oh, really? Oh,
did I tell you that?
Well, why would they not change it to Nico? It's right there.
I thought I told you that. Did I not tell you that?
I don't know.
I heard somebody the other day call him Topo Chico, and then I went from that conversation to talking to Esper Hinney, and was telling him that, and he looked at me like you're I don't know what you're talking about. He didn't
have Topo Chico in Canada.
They don't. He didn't know what Topo Chico was.
So Topo Chico came out with an alcoholic version.
Yeah,
it's agave syrup. And I was like really into them for 2 weeks. I was like invincible. I could drink so many. It didn't matter. But then 2 nights in a row, I had nightmares.
Oh, really?
On a weekend. And on both nights, I ended up in jail in my dreams.
Wow.
And I said, I gotta stop this life. This isn't for me. I don't want to be in jail every single night. Not that I'm drinking every night, but I don't want to be in jail every time I have a Topo Chico. So I stopped. I cut them out. Done with them. They're
good
great
for you.
Thank you.
Nice. Topo Chico. So if you want to call him Topo Chico. What'd you call him? Topo
Nico.
Topo Nico. Okay. Topo
and
Nico.
You mix him with queso? I feel like there's something there. It's like a Mexican theme. If we can get a few more Mexican themed nicknames going.
I remember when we took Spanish class in high school, and one of the words they always had us say was ham and cheese sandwich.
I don't
Spanish?
remember that.
They would always. I just always thought it was the weirdest thing that they would teach us. Because
That was
like, what
Mrs. Funches?
situation do I wind up in where I'm having to ask for a sandwich de jamón y queso? Like, when am I supposed to like when that has never come up? I remember being tested on it multiple times, but never once when I have needed to speak Spanish have I ever said sandwich de jamón y queso. But I was just thinking about that as a really ridiculous nickname for Queso Wallace. So
Yeah, there's so many sandwiches I would want to know their name in Spanish before I got to ham and cheese.
I know. And
That's
also,
weird.
if I happen to be in Mexico or Spain, I'm not asking for a ham and cheese sandwich from anybody.
Yeah, I agree. Never in a million
Never.
years.
Never.
I watched J-Dub posted a video from Media Day.
Yeah.
And the thing that stuck out about it to me is that other than a few references to the championship, that video could have been taken a year ago. It really is amazing how just like everything is the same.
They turn the page. Yeah.
There's no it does not feel like a different team in any way.
Nope.
And obviously part of that is the continuity. Like along with the Wolves, they have like actually they're probably number 1, I would imagine. Especially if you go by minutes played, they'd have to be.
Dylan Jones.
Yeah. But it was just funny watching that video. Like this could have been the same conversations they were having a year ago.
Yeah. They were not any different by any stretch. And in fact, like everybody was just maybe even more like to me at my station, like everybody was like more kind, more friendly, more everything. Like there was no like entitlement. There was no like, like we have to, everybody. Yeah. It was great. It was a great day.
I think that the video, you just realize it's probably Shay, Dub, and Jay Will, I would say, that have just like defined the personality of this team.
Yeah.
And as long as those guys are on this team, it's just going to be that way.
Mm-hmm.
Like seeing them interact with Caruso and Hartenstein, like it's just clear that when guys come to this team, they identify the correct type of guys, obviously.
Yeah.
But when they come to this team, they just fit in.
Mm-hmm.
And it's because of those 3 guys that they just set the standard of like what the personality of this team is going to be.
Yeah.
And as long as you're here, I don't see it changing.
Mm-mm. Yeah.
Because those guys just don't, especially J-Dub, they just don't come across as like stars in the way that we've traditionally thought of NBA stars. Like they're not aloof. They're not like they seem just as down to earth as you possibly could be given their circumstance.
Yeah, I mean, 100%. There are a lot of like. There's been a lot of NBA stars in Oklahoma City, and I'm like way more well established like with this group than I was with any other group.
Yeah,
of Thunder players, but like to think about Russ sitting down with me and talking to me like J-Dub did before like the cameras are rolling, because like he is like genuinely, and even after the cameras stopped rolling, he's like, how's your family doing? How's your knee feel? Like where are you at? Like what's going on? Like for him to even like remember any of these things about me, and for like Russ to even acknowledge that like I have a human body that moves around, like would have been nice,
God, I would have loved to just watch him make you squirm. In that kind of a setting, like asking him what his favorite candy is, and him just staring at you.
It would have been just epic. It would have probably been unreleasable.
It's funny to think about what those would have been like with the past teams, because there are some players who would have been great. I mean, Steven Adams would have been great. Enes Kanter would have been great.
Yes.
Like Victor Oladipo would have been great. Like,
yes.
There's a lot of players on those teams who would have been perfect for that.
Serge would have been good, I think.
Oh yeah, Serge would have been great. But if you had worked up to Russ, and then it's just
honestly, it's
awkward.
Just Russ. Honestly, it might just be Russ.
Which, by the way, some Russ news today is that Kuminga has signed with Warriors, which means the Kings trade is not happening, which means I don't know if Russ is getting a deal before the season starts.
Yeah. The Kings still could maneuver.
It's just that they have so many guards now.
I know.
And
But
poor Keon Ellis. How's he getting any minutes?
I don't know how he's getting any minutes as is, but
I know.
I don't know. Like that team, might as well just throw Russ in there. Who cares? That team is going nowhere fast, man. That Kings team is such a disaster. And I don't know. Maybe Russ just hangs out until like an opportunity opens up. Like that's not a bad option for a guy that's in this position in his career. Because injuries will happen. Teams will need somebody, but we'll see. I would guess he'd still end up in Sacramento somehow, but I guess we'll find out. Yeah, the Kuminga thing is funny. You know, I mean, it's a nice tradable salary that will likely be traded relatively soon. You know, is what that is.
Well,
And
yeah. Did you see Shams's tweet?
I've kind of stopped.
The deal has a team option designed for the contract to be ripped up and renegotiated next summer. When have you ever heard that language in the announcement of a signed contract?
Only when it's
It
direct.
was designed to be ripped up.
It was designed to be ripped up is wild. That is wild behavior. Yeah. I don't know what they'll get. I mean, if you're the Warriors, I mean, I don't even know. The thing is, like, people talk about, like, oh, we got to build his trade value up. Like, teams know who he is. It's not like he's going to come back and just be like, just light the world on fire. And even if he does, are people going to really think that like increases his trade value?
Yeah. But just the language of like, it's designed to be ripped up next summer. So if you're a team trading for him, you're like, all right. So he's going to want us to rip this contract up and renegotiate this summer. Like, I just don't know what they're doing. I get that they need that salary slot, but I'm just not convinced that they're going to make any good use of that salary slot in whatever trade happens this season.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know what you'd want. It's wild that I guess that they could have technically gotten Alex Caruso in a Kuminga trade.
What?
Somebody reported that like a week ago.
You mean like a year, like 2 years ago?
Yeah.
Oh. So
sucks for them.
God. Well, maybe the Giddey trade looks pretty good in comparison for the Bulls.
It's a great, yeah. I think it's a very good deal for both teams.
Yeah,
I think Giddey's going to have an awesome year. Did you see the Modest Buzelis quotes?
No, what'd he say?
He said he is basically gunning for MIP.
Wow, is he the first person to ever say that?
I've never heard anyone say it, but Buzelis is going to win the most improved player.
It's like saying, I'm gunning for teammate of the year. I'm getting it. I'm going to get it.
He said he wants to be coached like he's an all defensive player and wants to be held to that standard.
I mean, that's great for Billy. That's probably music to Billy's ears.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey,
that's
and
great.
We need it because we picked them as our surprise team.
Yeah, we do. It made me feel really good about our pick for surprise teams. If you haven't listened to it yet, go listen to Slam and Jam from Saturday. It's with Law Murray, where we do the whole bit about surprise teams.
Yeah, I think it was a good one.
It was really fun. Law's great. Law knows a ton about the league, and so definitely worth your time. All right. Anything else from Media Day that we should discuss, or that we? There's going to be more stuff to talk about as I release these videos, but I don't want to have any spoilers. I've told Alex about a couple of them that are pretty funny, but don't want to spoil it for the listeners. I'm trying to think if there's anything else from the actual media day that made any waves. Not really.
No, by design.
Yeah, it's like people were asking about like defending the title and J-Dub.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, go ahead.
I have been thinking about defending the title and what that would mean, because, you know, I think that in this era where we've had 7 consecutive, you know, we haven't had a back-to-back winner, or even someone winning 2. I do think whoever wins their second one first is really going to stamp themselves as the team of this era, as the team of like the post-Warriors era. And when you look at the teams that have won it, you know, it's not going to be the Raptors. It's not going to be the Celtics for a few more years, the way their injuries are. It really comes down to the Thunder and the Nuggets. And I think both of those teams just have a huge opportunity this season where if they could win the title, either of them, and have those 2 titles within this span, they would solidify themselves as like, this is the team that's going to be remembered from this era. And so I think for the Thunder, that's super exciting. I mean, I'm always going to be happy because I was a fan for their first title. And I was there, and I got to go to the games. It's always going to be amazing. So that's already locked in. But the chance to do something special and to be remembered as like the team of this era.
Yeah.
That's cool, because those are the teams that, like, when you tell the story of the NBA, you talk about those teams. You know, I like that when people use that framing when talking about the Hall of Fame. Like, can you talk about this player, or can you tell the story of the NBA without mentioning this player? And I think for some players, like, you know, like a guy who's definitely going to make the Hall of Fame, DeMar DeRozan, I think you can tell the story of the NBA without mentioning DeMar DeRozan. Like, 100%. He just hasn't been. I even think someone, frankly, like Carmelo Anthony, like, I think you can tell the story of the NBA without mentioning Carmelo Anthony. Like, he just 100%. Wasn't that level of player, or on that level of team.
Yeah, he didn't make enough playoff runs. It's like what it comes down to. Like those guys, as far as like scoring and like they reached some pretty high heights with just like their level of scoring in general. But yeah, like if you don't win at the highest level, or at least get close enough multiple times,
it's still a great career, and you're still going to make the Hall of Fame because the Hall of Fame, so many people make it.
It is what it is. Yeah.
But when I think about the NBA that I've watched since I was young, and I think about the players and names that like I would have to tell my son about or something, you know, like it's actually a pretty short list of guys I feel like I have to talk about. Yeah. And I think Shea is there, and I think this team is probably already there just because they won a title, but they really have a chance to be talked about in the way that we talk about the Spurs or those Heat teams or the Warriors teams. Like, they really have a chance to cement themselves as that kind of team.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I'll put this video out tomorrow, but like I asked Shea just about all the accolades that he accrued over last season and like, what's next for you? And he just talked about how he really just wants to see what he can be. Like, I want to maximize the player I can be, regardless of like what I've done. Like, there's nothing that's going to satisfy me, kind of thing. And he talks a little bit about this too in the starting 5. I've gotten a little sneak peek of the starting 5, which comes out soon-ish.
Oh, I thought you were talking about literally the starting 5 for the Thunder.
I've gotten a sneak peek of the starting lineup for the Thunder, by the way.
I mean, I bet you could lie and say you did.
I could.
It probably is pretty straightforward, but
no, this Netflix documentary where they
how'd you get a sneak peek? You got a screener?
Got a screener.
Did you really?
Yeah, I did.
Of like episode 1 or what?
The whole thing.
Oh.
The whole thing. I'm not gonna say anything, but there's some good stuff.
Did you watch the whole thing?
I haven't watched the whole thing yet.
Did you get it on DVD?
I don't have it on DVD. No.
Oh, they just sent it as a file?
No, there's like you can get so through Netflix,
Yeah.
you can get screeners sent to you through your account, and it
Oh,
just
that's
shows
cool.
up, and then you just have to verify every time you watch it. You have to verify
Okay.
you are. But
Man, that's pretty. Wow. That might be the coolest thing you've ever gotten as a little special perk.
it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
I've
We're
always
gonna have
wanted screeners.
we're gonna have some
My-
special content as a result of the screener. So
I don't know why this was, but my uncle who lives in Palm Springs, for years he would get all the Oscars screeners. He'd get some sent as DVDs, and he would just
Oh,
get to
wow.
watch all these movies for free.
that's cool.
Yeah.
What did he do?
I have no idea. I think because he was in like not the Screen Actors. He was an actor,
Uh-huh.
not like of any significance, but I don't know. Maybe that was why.
Huh. That's cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's some stuff in there as well. I like the mentality that Shea possesses, and the fact that he loves Oklahoma is such an outrageous combination for one of the best players ever.
Yeah.
I mean, it's incredibly cool that this guy wound up here. And I think that as like a Thunder fan heading into the next 5 to 10 years or however long this thing lasts, I think like it's super important to just like maintain like how cool this is throughout and not get like too entitled, because this is genuinely one of the coolest things that could happen to you as a fan of a team, for a team to get this good, and for you to have a player that is considered like one of the top 2 players in the NBA. Some think he's the best player in the NBA,
And to have zero drama.
there's no drama. I mean, it's incredibly unique. It's incredibly unique what the Thunder have right now. And like we just kind of have to like fight the entitlement that comes with winning, where like you just think like you deserve this kind of thing. And it's so much easier to enjoy it when you can not have that entitlement. I just think that it's really important, because I do think like what we have with this team and as a community is super duper special. So, and Shea is like proving that like over and over again. And I'm excited to watch Shea play again. Like we talked about, like the thing that we're watching for is Topic. Like I'm just excited to watch Shea play basketball again. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be great. All right, let's take a quick break. We'll come back. You want to do like a couple over unders? Okay, we'll be right back. And we're back after that quick break. I want to tell you about my friends over at Bobmore Kia, who got me a fancy polo. I'm going to be sending a fancy polo your way too, Al, that says Down to Dunk and Bobmore Kia on it. Wore it on Media Day. Great sponsor of our show. Very grateful for Bobmore Kia. This is the Kia Carnival that we're driving around right now. Beautiful, beautiful van. Go check it out today. I challenge you to go to Bobmore Kia on Northwest Expressway in between Council and Rockwell in Northwest OKC. And stop in, tell them Down to Dunk sent you and that you would like to test drive a Kia. Right now you can get the Kia K4 GT line Turbo. The sale price is $28,495. That's $3,365 off MSRP. You can get the 2025 Kia K4 GT for $23,495. You can get the Sorento X line for 0% for 48 months. And you get the Kia Sportage X Pro 0% for 48 months. Go check out Bobmore Kia today. Support the people that support Down to Dunk.
Dunk.
All right. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. all the Clippers quotes coming out from Media Day. Did you listen to Pablo's show that he released on Monday morning right before Media Day?
I did. There's been so many of those now. I mean, there's 5.
Yeah.
And I always wake up and I just roll over and there's new Pablo, and I just listen to it in bed. It's so nice.
It's great. That one was just so funny. It was like, you got to be kidding me that this is the charity. This is the guy who is operating this charity. It's just unbelievable.
Yeah, the only fear I have with like some of the new stuff is I feel like as the pod is getting more complex,
Yeah.
it's easier for people to like nitpick small things.
Sure.
And lose sight of the fact that like no one has still given a good answer for, okay, fine. Even if they wanted to do this, why did they never announce it?
Yeah.
That's still the thing that I just keep coming back to. Why would you never announce it if you're investing this much money in it? And Mark Cuban's response is like, well, they had a change in leadership after the deal was made. It's like, still, so you're just going to blow all that money? You're not going to take advantage of this basketball player at all?
I think you would especially want to if there was a change in leadership. You know what I mean? Like this change in leadership, it's like, wait, we're spending how much money on what?
Yeah, like let's try to get something out of this. And the fact that they never announced it, that's the part that just I have yet to hear a good answer for that.
Yeah. I don't know. I just think that the NBA has to do like they have to do something or else it just opens up this can of worms. Like, you know what? You just need plausible deniability.
They're not going to do
give
anything.
Players boatloads of cash to be on your team. That's all you need.
That's all you need. They're not going to do anything. Okay, here we go. Western Conference over-unders. Now, we did Eastern Conference. Who cares?
Who cares?
Conference. This is the real conference.
Yeah.
We're picking over-unders, but we're drafting them.
So
pick a team and an over-under, and you wanted first pick for the Western Conference.
Oh, I did.
You did, which I'm assuming you chose that for a very specific reason and team.
Did I?
I would guess.
I don't remember. I'm sure I did. I can pick one. I do like the over for Denver at 53.5. I'll start positive. I just think that team has like the depth that they haven't had in a while. They have stability in the front office and the coaching staff that they did not have last year. And that to me is worth probably like 7 wins for them.
Yeah, I have no argument against, because 53.5 I just think is way too low.
Feels low.
If it was 55.5, maybe we're starting to get interesting. But I have that's one of my favorite bets of the year. I love the Denver over.
Yeah, I also they're not having to tell Michael Porter Jr. to be quiet anymore. You know, I don't know how they're keeping him under wraps like that for so long, but
did you see that Adelman quote?
No.
He was like talking about how integral MPJ was for the Nuggets, like over these last few years. He's like, everything he did on the court, everything he's doing now on social media. It's like, wait, what?
He said that?
Yeah.
All right, never mind. I'll take the under.
No.
I'm just kidding. That is a weird quote, though.
Let me see if I can get the quote. Here's the quote. Michael Porter won a championship here. Mike was incredible for us. What he went through with his body, what he gave to the city of Denver, what he's giving to social media right now. We're going to miss him. There's a banner in that gym, and it's because of him. Like what he's giving to social media right now.
What does that mean?
What does that mean? What are you talking about?
Weird. That is so weird.
Like it sounds like something you would say if you're being rude. But he said it in a serious way, so I don't know. Okay, well, if you're going to let me, I thought you would do this. I'm going to go ahead and steal the OKC over, just because I feel like I always take their under. So why not take their over? It's still 62.5.
Yeah.
This team is, I mean, the argument against is that, well, what if J-Dub's wrist just takes a little bit longer than expected?
Yeah. It's like health related only.
It really is health related only. I mean, Kenrich, like, yeah, we want him back, but that's not going to affect whether I take over or under 62 and a half.
They won 68 games when he had the same thing happen last year. So, like,
Yeah.
why would you pick otherwise?
And even if J-Dub if it takes him a little bit longer, what if you get healthy Chet and Hartenstein? What if you just get that?
Got healthy Topo Chico.
Yeah, so I'm excited for over OKC 62 and a half. Seems okay. I would not be shocked if they don't win as many games as last year, but you get such a cushion here because they won 68 games. They could win 65 games. Fewer games than last year, but still hitting their over. So yeah.
The only case is that like J-Dub misses 30 games or something.
Yeah.
And then it's like, it's certainly possible that they don't win that many games, because that was one of the things is that J-Dub played a lot and Shea played a lot. And that was, you missed the rest of the cast was kind of rotating in and out, but you have those guys healthy for most of every game, then like you're going to be in good shape. So yeah, really the case is just like Dub or Shea missing significant time was really the only way that they win less than 62 and a half, which just shows you the quality of the team. It's crazy to think that, no other team in the Thunder history, thinking about everybody who's worn a Thunder jersey, like no team eclipsed this 62 and a half ever, and like now we're
crazy.
picking it as the over.
Yeah.
It's pretty wild. Okay. Where do I want to go next?
Oh, you know what? I should check because I put these in last week.
Okay.
And I wonder if Houston has changed.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if they have or not.
Yeah, check that line. That one would be interesting. That one would be really interesting to see.
Houston is now, still 52 and a half.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, the Fred VanVleet injury is, I don't know what to think about it with regards to regular season win totals, but I don't know. I'll take the Minnesota over 50 and a half.
Ooh, okay, great. That's a deal. I would love to take the under. Oh, he vanished. Andrew's gone. Andrew took the. Did you guys notice that Andrew took the over of our two most hated rivals with his first two picks? Did you guys notice that?
Then I tried to eject myself from the podcast. They lost Nikhil, yes, but I think they have some good continuity heading into this season. And so the thing that really held them back at the start of the season was like the Julius Randle thing did not work for a long time. And then it really did work down the stretch of the season, and they were really good. And so I think that they can kind of carry that into the regular season. And I don't know that they'll be much over this, but I think that they'll be one of the better teams in the West.
Yeah, I've said my piece on Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not convinced. I'm
not scared of this team at all as like a playoff opponent, and they certainly didn't give the Thunder any reason to fear them in the playoffs. But regular season wise, I think they'll win a lot. But they are going to have to pivot sooner than later with this roster. And like, who would you say is definitively going to be on the Timberwolves in 3 years?
Ant, Jade McDaniels, probably some of the young guys.
Yeah,
but
they're going to have to make a pivot at some point. Like,
yeah, so they're finished. They're close to the season, which everyone was like, "Oh my gosh, this team is changed. They've turned everything around."
Yeah.
Of their last 10 wins, let me read some of the teams they beat: Utah, New Orleans, Phoenix, Brooklyn, Philly, Memphis, Brooklyn, Utah. I don't know, man. Charlotte, Philly, Phoenix. Now I'm going back further. San Antonio. Like, they had a cake schedule at the end of the season.
It's true.
And that is why they ended up at 49 wins. I'm not convinced that they solved anything. I think they got a super easy path in the playoffs. And I hear the way people are talking about them. Zach Lowe, I'm listening.
What did he say?
Well, he's just very in on them.
Hmm.
And I don't know if the consensus is that people are under on them. He seemed to think, I think that it's this idea that no one's really taking them serious as a contender.
Yeah.
Which
I don't know. I don't know if I'm necessarily taking them seriously as a contender. I just think that they'll win a bunch of regular season games.
Yeah, they may. I'm just
and now they have one less guy that you can count on in the playoffs.
They do.
And Mike Conley may remove himself from that conversation too.
That's the thing. Like
heading into year 19.
What if the guys they're counting on, Terrence Shannon Jr., like isn't Nickeil Alexander-Walker? What if he's
not?
What if he's like 80%?
He's like he they'll be lucky if he's 80%.
And then what if Mike Conley really falls off a cliff and now you like need Rob Dillingham and he's just not ready?
Yeah.
I don't know. I get the argument for them, but I'm fine with you taking the over.
Yeah.
Now this one's going to shock you, Andrew.
Okay.
I'm taking the Memphis under.
Okay.
Now,
I could see both cases there.
I was pretty high on the Grizz all summer, just feeling like they're getting way undervalued. Like I know they lost Desmond Bane, but
yeah,
they got Ty Jerome. This is still a good team. 40.5 is so low. But then this week,
I know
it's like every big man on their roster is going to be out for the foreseeable future. And none of them seem like, none of them are out for the season, which is great. Brandon Clark seems like the most serious of the three injuries, Triple J and Zach Edey.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like all their big man depth,
all
is hurt. And the fact that they're starting, so their starting center is probably going to be Jock Landale.
Yeah, a lot of Jock Landale.
Start the summer.
Yeah.
And they don't have Desmond Bane. Now I'm like, oh man, what if they just get off to a really bad start? At some point, if you're Memphis in this Western Conference, do you have to view this again as like, okay, I guess this is another opportunity to get. I mean, I thought this team has had such bad injury luck.
Yeah, they have
going on like 2 or 3 seasons now. And this summer I was just kind of thinking like, okay, well, it can't happen again. Surely they'll get some better injury luck and yeah, they'll easily win more than 40.5 games. But to start a season like this turned me off, Andrew. Turned me off. I'm not going with the Grizz anymore.
Yeah, you look up and down their roster and you have to ask yourself like, okay, who are the guys that you can count on? And
like there's guys I like Ty Jerome. He played 20 minutes a game last year. He's gonna have to play a lot more than that.
Jr.
Skyping Jr. He was good in that playoff series. That sweep. Santi Aldama, I like him.
So yeah,
he's going to be playing big minutes.
On him every single night though.
But like, and then Job. But it's like beyond that, it's like KCP.
Even
terrible
on the list is
last season.
Question that I have.
Vince Williams Jr., who they would never play.
They didn't
last
play.
year. Jalen Wells is good. Okay, we got Jalen Wells. Like you quickly get to a point where it's like, oh, they're going to have to be playing Gigi Jackson and Cedric Coward minutes.
Yeah, they're going to have to. Yeah, I also look at it and I think, how many of these guys would be in like the Thunder rotation?
I would say Jalen Wells.
He probably would be.
We know they like Santi Aldama. So I bet like if he had been in the Thunder, he would be playing.
Santi's good. Yeah, he can play.
I mean, Jaren Jackson Jr. If we're just talking like healthy guys.
Yeah.
Ty Jerome. Gotta play some Ty Jerome.
Yeah, maybe.
Gotta play him.
Is Scott Pippen Jr. definitely playing for the Thunder?
The Thunder is the worst example of this because it's like, yes, all of these guys are definitely playing for the Thunder because Mark plays everyone.
Oh, wow. in a competitive game, in like a playoff series.
He played AJ Mitchell in the NBA Finals, so yeah.
The exception is like he clearly loves AJ Mitchell and like wants this guy to play. He didn't play Oos in playoffs.
That's true. Did get some garbage time.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Okay, you want to pick another team?
Maybe
we'll do 2 more.
Yeah,
get us to 6.
Do I need to give the case for the over for Memphis?
No. It's basically like a miracle happens and they're healthy for a season. If they're healthy, that's a perfectly fine. I still believe that's a perfectly fine team.
Yeah.
And like better than like a 500 team. That's all they would have to be. 41 and 41.
Yeah.
But the starting off the season with these injuries, it's like, yeah.
There's some weird ones. Like I don't quite know what to do with Golden State 45.5.
Yeah, I would leave that one. I'd ignore it.
That's a weird one. That's a weird one. I don't really know.
Now hold on, let me check. Maybe it's gone up since they've signed Jonathan Kuminga. Nope, it's still 45.5.
Oh no.
Oh wow, Dallas is actually up to 41.5. Up from 39.5.
That's a weird one too. That's a very much a health dependent one. I'll stay optimistic with Houston and take the Houston over.
Okay.
I just think that they have a good enough defense to win 55 games in the regular season. And I think that they're going to get a lot out of these younger guys as well. That somebody's going to be a lot better than they were last year, whether that be Amen or maybe Tari Eason or Jabari Smith or Şengün or maybe Reed Shepherd steps up. Like somebody is going to really pop in that group. I think like that's a crazy talented group, and somebody's going to pop. And then they have the thing that you need to win regular season games. Like they just have depth out the wazoo. And so I think that they, especially at the center position, like they just have like good interior presence. And then they have wings galore. They now without Van Vliet, we've talked about the lack of depth at guard, but I think they might just play really big. And like Kevin could be overtaxed. Like this is like part of why I don't necessarily believe in them as a playoff team. But like Kevin could be completely overtaxed by the time you get to the playoffs. And like that could be a pretty big issue.
Yeah, I think the main argument against this is when he misses time, because he will miss some time. He missed 20 games last year.
Yeah.
And last year, I think the Suns were like 3-17 or something in those games.
Yeah.
I think the Rockets would be better than that, but their offense, especially now without Van Vliet, if you don't have Van Vliet and KD for any extended period of time, this team is going to be disgusting.
They don't have much shooting in general.
Yeah.
Not that like Van Vliet's like some lights out shooter, but he at least takes threes.
Yeah. I also wonder, as much as I like Amen, he's great. This will be like the first season where everyone's taking him seriously.
Yeah.
Everyone's scouting for him. Everyone's laying off him from the 3-point line. Everyone is game planning for Amen in a way that maybe they weren't taking him as seriously last year.
I think he's overrated.
I'm not saying overrated, but I remember Jason Tatum's second year where he just like it wasn't as good as his rookie season. He just like had a dip. It was like, what is this? And there were some people who were starting to doubt him, and he eventually became an amazing player. But it just took a little bit of an adjustment because the league adjusted to him. And do we see something like that with Amen this year?
Yeah,
especially if they're like struggling with shooting.
Yeah, I mean, we have seen those adjustments watching a Russell Westbrook led team.
Yeah,
for years and years, and it got a lot tougher as years went on. You didn't even have to be a good defense to like take stuff away from Russ at points, and like the way that Russ overcame a lot of that was the cotton shot that he could just rise up. Go full speed and then rise up for this mid-range jumper that just somehow went in.
Yeah.
And so Amen needs more in his bag to be a scorer. Now we're talking about like Russell Westbrook, who was literally the scoring champion one year. Like I do not expect Amen Thompson to be a scoring champion at any point in his career.
Yeah, and Amen, I mean, a lot of his value comes on the defensive end.
Yeah,
which is also different. But still, like because Van Vliet's out now, if Reed is in any way not ready, and they're really relying on Amen to like run an offense, I just think that could get rough really quick.
Yeah, I could see that.
Okay, final one. Let's end it with a bang, Andrew. Utah over 18.5. Woo! Honestly, this was just after doing the surprise team. I was originally going to go under on Utah because they're just terrible. You look at the roster, it's miserable.
Yeah, it's miserable.
But then but when I started going through it and thinking about it and how hard it is to win 18 or fewer games, and the combo of Markkanen and Walker Kessler, it's like really solid as a front court pairing.
Yeah.
And assuming that a couple of their young guys, just a couple of them, let's not even call it a leap, just are competent. I think that 19 wins, which is all I need, is very doable. And this is something I would not have said a week ago, but doing the research for the surprise team, I was like, you know what? Utah over, I kind of get it now. I kind of get it. And so I'm going to pick it.
Yeah. I mean, the argument for the under is that they just don't let Markkanen or Kessler play all that much this season.
That would be bad. That would be real bad for me.
Like that to me that's the case. Like that's the case that you build.
Yeah. And the thing we talked about on the surprise team is just how there's not going to be as many teams tanking because two of the bad teams in New Orleans and Phoenix don't control their own pick.
Right.
So I don't think there's going to be this race to the bottom in the way that we saw last year. I think we'll see teams more in the low 20s at the bottom end because they won't feel as much pressure to lose every single game down the stretch.
Yeah, and there's a lot of like mid teams in the East and several in the West as well that will just like have like they get to play Sacramento, like that's gonna happen. And like Sacramento will have nights where they look really good. They'll have nights where they're atrocious.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I probably would have taken the over as well, but the under is just like they're going to cement themselves a top 5 pick.
They are garbage, to be clear.
This is not a good team. We're talking about 20 to 22 wins for this team. But like we talk about like the odds and everything. Here's the reason why you do go all out in a tank is that if you have the worst, or I guess the best odds of getting the number 1 pick, you also, the furthest you can fall is 5. Like that to me is like a really big reason to try to lose as many games as possible because you lock in a top 5 pick. Now it could be 5th, which would suck,
as it has been for Detroit, multiple times.
Right, but you still get a top 5 pick. If you're the 4th team and you fall that many spots, now you are picking where the Jazz have picked the last several years, and you're just kind of screwed.
Yeah.
So it's to me, and I know it's like a lot of pain that the fan base has to go through, but it's very, very worth it to at least lock in a top 5 pick to try to like, and then it's all up to your scouting department. Like, Dick, do you believe in the Angels at this point? Like in their ability to find somebody?
This is their year.
It has to be.
Got to find someone.
It has to be.
Got to find someone that you can at least pretend could eventually be as good as J-Dub. Like, forget Shea.
Forget Shea. Yeah.
You're not getting Shea. But
and even so, like, remember when the Blazers got Scoot Henderson and we were already like planning their future for them after they got that pick?
But hey, at least they had that moment where they could talk to themselves and say, maybe Scoot could be that player. I mean, maybe Ace Bailey is that guy. I'm just not a big Ace guy, but
yeah,
he is a big name and he was a highly recruited guy and everything. But yeah. So we'll see.
We'll see. Okay. Thanks so much for listening to this show. We'll have more over-unders next week. We'll talk training camp stuff later on in the week. I will have special podcasts coming at you guys. And then I'm not quite sure when they'll drop. Maybe later this week, maybe early next week. So look out for some special fun content. The Thunder play their first preseason game on Sunday.
It's a back-to-back, first night of a back-to-back.
They play in Charleston, South Carolina for the first night of the back-to-back. And don't even get to enjoy Charleston. It's just such a shame.
That Mavericks game is a schedule loss, people, okay? Please do not freak out. Andrew posted on Instagram a rant I had. Andrew wasn't even on the pod. It was me, Jay, and Luke.
It was an awesome rant. I was just kind of like thumbing through like old content just to like, I don't know, just in preparation for media day. And I saw that and I was like, I'm going to be posting that thing.
It's way more fun now knowing that they won the championship because what I said was true, but it was a January loss to the Luka-less Mavericks.
Yeah.
Before Luka gets traded, and it was a bad game, but like Chet and Hartenstein didn't play and people were freaking out.
Yeah.
And it was very fun to go back and watch that. So if you don't follow us on Instagram, I'm also on there, Al Baby Cakes.
Yeah.
I've been posting a lot more lately. Come check us out.
He has been posting more lately. You can follow me, Andrew K. Schlecht, or maybe just Andrew Schlecht on Instagram. I'll post all like the media day content there as well. And then Down to Dunk. Check out Down to Dunk. We were posting content from Frontier City the other day, which was really fun. Shout out again to Frontier City and to Zach for having us out. You can go watch it on YouTube. It's a ridiculous time.
I watched it. I like just seeing people walk up to the table and take food.
It's like watching.
It was usually your son.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's my kids just walking up and getting food. All right. Hope you guys have an amazing rest of your Tuesday night, which if you're in Central Standard Time, you got 23 minutes left of Central Standard Time Tuesday night. So
hey, go read Baxter Holmes' piece. He wrote a piece about OKC today.
Yeah, it was quite good. Yeah,
I think especially for people who aren't from Oklahoma City, it's a good summation.
Yeah. That's exactly how I would say it. It's like if you are unaware of the history of the city, I think it's a genuinely a good read. Yeah. So yeah, go check that out. Look for more Media Day content coming from us. The new intro will be here as soon as Friday, possibly next Wednesday if it's not here Friday. So we'll just see how the rest of the week goes. Hope you guys have a great rest of your night. We'll talk to you guys again on Friday.
Until to die, until to die.